Hello and welcome back to Choice Bits of Bliss. My name is Cilla. We're doing something a little different today. This is kind of going to be just rambling. But first, I wanted to share with you some happy mail that I received. I absolutely got my socks knocked off. So surprised. And when I tell you that this package was heavy, it was heavy. I almost dropped it when I was pulling it out of my mailbox because it was so heavy. But this, if you can see, is the paper that was in the package. There is also some 6x6 paper, lots of 12x12. There are some dies and stamps, just gorgeousness. I'm going to go through all of this a little bit later, but first what I really want to show you, let me pull something out so that I can rest this paper on it. I was also gifted two, in the food theme, of these memory decks dies, and inside them are more little die cuts and pieces of ephemera and scriptures that are also on the food theme. So then Jesus declared, "I am the bread of life. Whoever comes to me will never go hungry, and whoever believes in me will never be thirsty." That's John 6:35. So I thought that was so creative, so super creative. And I love the dimension that she added and how she built up each one of them. These are so stinking fun. I love them. And then once again, there's pieces in here. It's also got her handmade by, and it's handmade by Jenny Kozar. She is Jennifer Kozar on Facebook. Follow for sure. She makes such super creative layouts and projects. So whether you eat or drink or whatever you do, do it all for the glory of God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. I am so proud to add these to my memory decks files. And they just fit super easy. So good. I am so in love with those. She does just beautiful work. I think she is just really amazingly creative. So for her to share with me things that she loves, I receive that as a huge blessing and an honor. I just appreciate it so much. It means the world to me. I also want to talk about something new that I've done, and I'm going to have to move the camera around a little bit so that you can see. My desk is a mess because I am currently working on 30 Days of Sketches. And I've tried in the past to be a responsible content creator and kind of plan ahead. I had bought these trays from scrapbook.com and just thought for sure this was the ticket to keeping me organized. And it's one of those things, if I can't see it, then I don't know it exists. And that's what happened. Sure enough, I put my little projects in the trays, and in my mind, there was only my crop and create in those trays. I had forgotten I had also put things for my videos in those trays. So I had planned ahead, pulled out my kits to do an entire month's worth of videos, and just lost them. Couldn't find them. I knew I had done it. I had even written it down in my little notebook. I try to be organized and prepared. It was, in my world, it was gone. So I had started kind of thinking that the Crop and Create projects that I had in those trays, it was just eating at me. Every time I would look up, I could see them because they're across from my desk. And it was just like, why can't I find time to get those projects completed? So jokingly, I asked Teresa, I said, I need your blessing to tear down these kits. And she was like, you don't have my blessings. Because she doesn't believe in that mess. So we subscribe to a different religion about tearing down kits and stuff. And, you know, we laughed about it and talked about it. And that sometimes that's what you need. You just need to be able to talk through what's in your head to a friend. So I pulled out of the trays the projects for Crop and Create. And there were some things in there that when I looked at them, I was like, I do not ever want to do the kit the way the class was designed. And nothing against pocket pages or people who love to do pocket pages. That is just not it's not something that I appreciate or want to do. I've tried it. I have actually done it. I have some pages that are put together from classes, pocket pages. I do not enjoy it. My brain doesn't bend in that way. So those I went ahead and tore down because I knew I was never going to use the products in the way that the class was designed. But I would be happy to use them on traditional scrapbook pages. Guess what I found when I started going through the trays? The stuff I had put aside that month for all of my videos. And I was kicking myself because that's logically exactly where it should have been, was in those trays. So I'm going to pause and then, so that I'm not making you sick, and then point the camera so that you can kind of see. Okay. So these are the trays. They're clear and it's hard to see that there's trays there, but that's the trays. And I'm going to back out a little bit because in this wire basket, that is what I'm working from for my 30 days of sketches. That's my scraps. And then there's another little thing I'm working on. But these trays were over here in, see where the black and white boxes are? They were in that cubby. And every time I looked up, they were just eating at me. So I decided to do something different. I am very, very much determined that I'm not going to replace these cubbies with more paper. So once I clean a cubby out, paper's not going back in it. It's going to serve another purpose. So the purpose now, this is pieces of, let me zoom in a little bit closer. Now what's in two of those boxes is wood veneer and flowers. I don't want to ever get more than that. They're products that I seldomly use. And I'm not to the point that I want to, I'm just not to the point that I want to say I'll never ever use them again. Even though I kind of don't use them. I just don't. I don't want to get rid of them yet. So they're labeled and they're put in a place that I can easily access them. I know where they are. And I have two more boxes that are empty to use similarly. I'm not sure what I'm going to put in there yet because I've not found another product that I'm just like, that I feel the same way. I want surrounding me the products that I use all the time, that I'm happy and excited to use. So wood veneer does not excite me. I'm sorry, but it doesn't. And the flowers is a throwback to the early 2000s when we first started putting weird stuff on our layouts, and I just can't get rid of them. And I've bought more. You know, Prima came out with flowers and I bought more. So I'm just not ready to get rid of them because they have their place, I think. So that's where we are. I am changing some things around, trying to circumvent my weird brain. So moving back slowly over here to these little boogers. I've put them on my desk because if I'm going to be this responsible YouTuber and content creator, the other solution didn't work. We're going to try this solution to see if it being on my desk and me touching it frequently is going to be the magic bullet. If this is the thing that's going to really work for me. I love these trays. I love them. I love them. I think it's a great solution. And they fit so nice in the cubbies. But yeah, that was not the solution that I needed. So we're trying something different. Did I say different? Like a Southern hick. We're trying something different. I am a Southern hick. I don't know why I'm trying to pretend like I'm not. Anyway, I am behind on a lot of stuff currently. This is, you know, these are my photos that I'm working from 30 Days of Sketches. And this right here is my little basket that I had started. I love it. This is working great for me. And I add to it as I go through kits and I take away from it. I am in this all the time. And it's exactly what I wanted. Exactly. I'm so happy with this solution. Okay. So these are some things that are working, the thing that didn't work. And I would love to know if you're running into some of the similar things in your space. Have you thought something would be a miracle and it turned out to be just a dud? I should have known that when I remounted my phone that it was going to not be good, but it's okay. It's okay. Anyway, I'm just curious. Am I the only one that is constantly fiddling in my space, trying to find that one thing that will really work? And sometimes I do. Sometimes I get, you know, people will post something in groups or I'll hear something on a video and I'm like, oh yes, that's it. That's it. That's what I need to do. And I'll run off and do it. This is driving me nuts. And I'm driving you nuts because I keep fiddling with it. And sometimes it simply is not what it sounds good, but in the practicality of it, when you're working with it, it doesn't work. So when I find something that works for me, I definitely want to share it and I want to talk about it because it may help someone else and it may not. We are all so very, very different in how our brains process. And sometimes it's those little things that make or break our space. And I'm willing to talk about all of it. That's what I really enjoy. I really enjoy talking about all aspects of our hobby. So if you don't care, comment down below and just let me know how it's going with you in your space. We'll talk later. Bye-bye.